Meseches Chagigah daf Chav Zayin. The Gemara says the Bezman Shveis Mikdash Kayam Mizbeach Mechaper Olav Achshov Shulchano Shalod Mechaper Olav. Eine Sefer Gvus Yitzchak from Yitzchak Sorotzkin Shlita that asks a very interesting kasha that's tzorchian on this Gemara for the Gemara in Tainis daf Chav Zayin that says the Avram Avinu asked the Kodesh Baruch Hu Shemo Klal Yisrael will be chaytel lefnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and Hashem will do to them like He did to the marble and the Afloga. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, no, He should bring kabbanis. And Avram Avinu asked, Hatenich b'shmatz b'esh mikdash kayim, b'shmatz she'ein b'esh mikdash kayim, mitaher aleim. Then HaKadosh Baruch Hu answered him, kvar tikantem seder kabbanis at the time. Klal Yisrael will recite the seder kabbanis. It's as if they brought the actual kabbanis. And Yitzchak Sorotzkin asked that tzorchian, what was bothering Avram Avinu? It's Mavu in our Gemara over here that Shulchano Shalod Mechaper Aleim, and it's furthermore tzarchian on the Gemara over here. Why we saying specifically Shulchano Shalod Mechaper Olav Tepek Leda? Amiris Karbonis is also Mechaper, even in the time that there's no Beis Hamikdash. So Yitzchak Sorotzkin says that Be'emes it's tzorchi and oid. It's Mavu in the mission of this al gimel dvarim oilam oimed al atriv al avoida al gmilas chasodim. And Ben Yoina speaks out that avoida is specifically Bisman Beis Hamikdash Kayim, and Bisman Hazed is no avoida. The oilam is mekayim on tefillah that's b'mokum karbonos. And tzorchian, if tefillah is magam kabbanos, so then why specifically we're mentioning over here Shulchano Shalod Adam Mechaper Olav? So Yitzchak Sorotzkin says the answer to this kasha is that be'emes it's mavur in Medrash Tanchuma Parshas Tetzaveh that it's chol the kapara on the mizbeach hachitz and the mizbeach hapnimi. The mizbeach hachitz was mechaper the ikar achet. However, mizbeach hapnimi that's magam the ketores was meratz on Klal Yisrael, and he explains according to what's mavur in Shari Tshuva Ben Yoina that after a Baal Tshuva is mechaper and is averis, even though there's no aver, nevertheless it's not muchach HaKadosh Baruch Hu is meratza, and he's noisechein b'einei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So even though someone had a kapor and ikar achet, he doesn't necessarily find chein b'einei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So that's another step in the level of tshuva to be noisechein b'einei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So he explains that understanding in the kapor on the mizbeach hachitzim was the actual chet. However, the mizbeach hapnimi was meratza Klal Yisrael of the HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So according to this, he explains that's the understanding in our sugya that the Gemara over here says Shulchano Mechaper Olav. Bizman shebe'ein beis hamikdash kayim, the understanding is it's b'mokem mizbeach hapnimi that's meratza and is moitzichein b'einei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. However, the gabi the ikar chet, that's a mavur in the Gemara in Tainis that the amiris karbonis is b'mokem hakrovas hakorban. Moving further, the Gemara explains that the Mishnah says on the Avchavov Mebeis, all the Klei HaMikdash needed tefillah except for Mizbeach Hazov and Mizbeach HaNechoshes. Mipnei shein kekarka divir belhezer v'chacham oimim mipnei shein mitzupim. And the Gemara asks that's mashma the mishma because the mitzupim, because they're covered with metal, therefore they're not makabel tumah. And the Gemara asks adarabah, the fact that they're covered with metal is a reason why they should be makabel tumah. You see from this Gemara that the fact that a kli that's covered with metal is a reason why the kli should be makabel tumah, and it's tzorchian on the Rambam that the Rambam writes in Perkdal Mechos Keilim that if you have a kli that has a base kibul but it's plated with metal, the metal is not makabel tumah because it's not a kli maisa, and the same way the metal is not makabel tumah, it's mavat the actual kli from being royal makabel tumah. The same way the plate around the kli is not makabel tumah, it's mevatel the kabbalas tumah of the actual kli, even though the kli has a base klibul and would have been makabel tumah. And the Ravid asks on the Rambam, the Adarabah, if there's a metal plate covering a kli that makes a kli that ordinarily would not be makabel tumah, and he says we find that the actual kli is bottled to the metal covering around the kli. And the Kesef Mishnah asks that Tzorchian from the Gemara over here, that the Gemara over here says clearly, like the Ravid, that the fact that there's a covering, there's a metal plate around the kli is a reason why it's makabel tumah. And it's furthermore shver from the Gemara in Daf Chavav and Beis. It's also mavur that mitzan, that Tzipui is a reason why the kli should be makabel tumah. To answer this kasha, Rebbe Soloveitchik Zechron Levracha said from his father Biskarov that said the name of Chaim. It's brought over here in the Gvuras Yitzchak, and it's brought in the Biskarov stencils on Kodshim in the back of Soitan the Simonim B'Shem Rav Berel. The Chaim said the answer to this kasha is that normally when you have a metal plate around covering a kli, the plating is not a chelik of the kli, rather it's a dovim b'chutz, so therefore it's not makabel tumah, and adarabah, it makes that the actual kli is not makabel tumah. However, by the kli mikdash, by the shulchan, since it's a chiv that it has to be covered with gold, so therefore the fact that it's covered is gufo chelik of the kli itself. It's not a dovim b'chutz, it's a chelik of the kli, so therefore Adarabah, specifically by the Shulchan, since it's din in the actual kli that has to be covered, so therefore it becomes a chelik of the kli, and therefore it's mitama midin kli. However, an ordinary kli that's a dover mechutz is not makabel tumah b'chlal. And Beryl said over that he found in the Ksovim Reb Chaim a little different, that since it's a din tzipui on the Shulchan, so therefore with the Tzipui it's making the Shulchan that be considered a metal kli, so therefore the Shulchan is makabel tumah. So it's miyushav hativ the Rambam that specifically about the Shulchan that Tzipui is mashva the kli into kabbalas tumah. However, ordinary kli is not makabel tumah through the Tzipui. Moving further on, the Gemara says the Omer Vu Amar Lezer Talmid chacham ein or shel gehenim shaletes behem kavachoyim from Salmangia. And the chacham that call gufo on eish alachas kam v'kam the or of gehenim is not sholet. I understand the Gvuras Yitzchak that explains understanding of this Gemara according to Yisod that's mavur in Beis Levi Nakdama, that it says that a Talmid chacham that learns Torah, it's not the pshat that he is guf is a tashmish hakdusha. Rather, it's mi'etzem hakdusha. It's like the gilyonis of the Sefer Torah, that the gilyon of the Sefer doesn't have a halacha of tashmish the kedusha. Rather, it's the kedusha himself, like it's vur in Orechaim Simem Gimel, that the cloth that you wrote the Sefer Torah on is mi guf hakdusha. And Beis Levi says in Droshes, by Torah Shebiksav, Klal Yisrael is like the kli that shemunach boy haTorah. However, by Torah Shebal Peh, it's not the pshat. The Klal Yisrael is the kli shemunach boy haTorah. Rather, Klal Yisrael v'aTorah ke'echad heim, and a Talmid chacham that's me'agir b'Torah is keguf haTorah. V'kosvam aluach libercha, and the Torah becomes a chelik of the gufo Talmid chacham. So according to this, the Gvuras Yitzchak explains that's the understanding in the Gemara that Talmid chacham shall call gufo eish, that he becomes a chelik of the Torah himself, which is kula eish. So therefore, the eish shall gehenim can't be shoyot on him.